Hey guys, how are you? Happy Wednesday, I guess. So tonight I have a little something different. And for a while I've kind of resisted doing this video because it's not really my story to tell. It's not completely my story to tell. But I'm definitely the memory keeper of my family, and I'm the only one that will tell it. So I'm going to tell you guys my mother's story. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Robin. I am a top status leader with a cosmetics company called Younique, and the mission of Younique is to uplift, empower, and validate women all around the world. So for me, the mission is a little bit bigger than that. I live in a really small town in Alabama. It's not super small, but it's kind of small. And when I was born, my parents had been married for like 7 years before I was born. And when I was born, they knew that I had a heart condition. They thought it was a murmur, but they didn't really know. We didn't really have a specialist, but it didn't seem to be anything that affected my growth. And I'm in my last part of my 30s now, so it definitely was not something, you know, it was just a small town. So my mom chose to stay home with me. And my father's an alcoholic. He will probably never admit to that, but he is an alcoholic. When I was about 12, my sister was born. She is 12 years younger than me. And shortly after that, my mother began to have problems with one of her breasts. She had always had problems with that breast, according to her. She had had about a mastitis in it when I was an infant, and she didn't have health insurance because she was a stay-at-home mother. And my father owned his own, you know, they owned their own business. And whenever she went to the doctor, she paid cash. I always felt like we did okay. I didn't ever do without, that I remember. And I was in a private school, so I definitely never thought that money was an issue. But I realize now that when you don't have health insurance and you go to the doctor, you pay cash. And she definitely did. And she went to the doctor, and the doctor told her that she had mastitis. So she accepted that, and she had more problems, and it didn't get better. And it didn't get better, and it in fact got worse. And when you find yourself in that kind of situation where you have to choose between, do I go back to the doctor and spend money that I don't really have, or do I feed my children? I think that probably 9 times out of 10, a mother's going to feed her children. That's just the way that it's going to go. And my mother's breast got large, and it got hot, and it changed color. She had what they call peau d'orange. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but it doesn't matter. And she finally went to the doctor. A new doctor, a different doctor, who sent her directly to an oncologist. And the February of my junior year in high school, when I was 16, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. But it wasn't just any breast cancer. It was a type of cancer that's still pretty rare. It's called inflammatory breast cancer. And basically, with inflammatory breast cancer, your body attacks, it's like an infection. And you have fevers, things can get infected. They started chemotherapy immediately, and her breast burst open. because of the chemo. And after she passed away, I went and picked up her records because I wanted a record of it. My sister was 5 and I was 17, and I wanted to know. And I remember reading at the first doctor's appointment that the doctor told her that her chance of survival was very small. And she told him that she had every faith that God would heal her because she had children at home. We did everything humanly possible. And I remember now being angry about it. We went to faith healers that laid hands on her, and we bought these $400 mushrooms that made tea that was supposed to combat cancer. And it didn't make a difference. She went into the hospital the weekend after President's Day, and she ended up slipping into a coma and dying. The cancer had spread to her lungs, and my father wasn't there. He was at work, and they were actually moving her from the ICU to a regular room. And I went to the bathroom, and the nurse came and knocked on the door and said, "We need you." And I was there when she passed away. And I was 17, and my sister was 5. And when I joined Unique, I didn't know what this company was, and I didn't know what the mission was, and I didn't know what it was about. But when I went to the founder's house and I heard them talk about how their vision was a company that would allow women to stay at home and provide for their children and be able to, work and be with their children, I knew that this was where I would be for the rest of my life. And it is where I will be for the rest of my life. This company could go bankrupt, and I would be here for the rest of my life because this is the mission. And for somebody like me, it is so much more personal because my mission is this. There is no reason that anyone should have to go without medicine. There is no reason that anyone should have to feed their children cereal because that's all they have. There is no reason that any woman should not have a way to make a decent living, should not have a way to be at home with her children if that's what she wants to do. Maybe your child is sick. Maybe you can't work. Maybe you're sick and you can't work. That's what this company is. And this is my reason. And you can block me, and you can hate me, and you can knock me, but you can't stop me. And I truly, truly believe that at the end of the day, we are making a difference in women's lives. I see it. I see it every day. It is not a scheme. It is not a scam. It is not a pyramid scheme. It is a group of women who truly love each other and want to make a difference in not only their lives and their families' lives, but in other people's lives. And I can tell you that this will be what I do for the rest of my life. I have been blocked. I have had people that I felt like were my friend avoid me because they were afraid I was going to ask them to buy mascara. But I will tell you that it's not going to stop me. And I have an amazing team of over 7,500 women that I truly, truly believe feel the same way. The proudest moments for me are not when I accomplish something. I mean, they're not. It doesn't matter to me. My best days are when somebody posts a picture and says, my husband lost his job and I was able to sell some makeup and go buy groceries. That is what this company is about. This company is amazing to us. I just spent, an amazing weekend on the company in a gorgeous resort, but that's not what this is about. We have a car bonus. That's not what this is about. We have a vacation home bonus. That's not what this is about. This business, at its very heart and at its very soul, is about helping women provide for their families. 100%. Period. It is not about who is the best, who is the brightest, who is the smartest. This company is here to support women. Period. I miss my mother every single day. And I lay awake at night, every single night, thinking, is there something else I can do to change somebody's life? But I will tell you that if I have anything to say about it, there will not be another woman that loses her life because she didn't have insurance, because she couldn't go to work and have health insurance, because she didn't go to the doctor, because she had children to feed. It won't happen. It won't happen on my watch, and it won't happen in my company. And this is a mission-based company. My mission, my reason, is my mother. Younique's mission is to help heal women who are survivors of childhood sexual abuse. And you tell me another company that does that. They don't. They won't. You're not going to see it. There is not another company that cares about people like this. There is not another company that supports women like this. There is not another company that my girls truly love each other. They love each other. People that are not on their teams, that their success makes no bit of difference to each other. They love each other because it is authentic, because there is a sisterhood, because we are unique. We are unique. So that's my story. And I don't talk about it a lot. But today is the anniversary. She's been gone 21 years. And I feel like, I hope that she's proud of the work that we're doing. And I hope that she's proud of the way that I've raised her grandchildren. And I hope that God continues to allow me to do this, because I will. Every day of my life, I will be changing lives. And like I said, you can laugh at me, you can mock me, you can block me, but you can't stop me. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna go take a hot shower. If you ever thought about joining Younique, if you've joined Younique in the past and it didn't work out, come back. We want you to come back. It is never too late. There is plenty of room at the top for everybody. Please feel free to message me. Thank you guys. Good night.